How did you choose your name?
That's an interesting question. So my real name is Monty, obviously. So a lot of association is Monty Python, the
British movie.
Yeah, comedy like duo or whatever they are. And my thought was always that that's the reason why my name is Monty, because my dad used to quote that as well sometimes. But he denies that. That's not true. Not true at all. So Monty Python and Mython is kind of like, rearranged a little bit.
Yeah.
So that's how I did.
What are you working on currently?
I am currently working on a new EP. Actually finished a new track yesterday, inspired by Chris playing my track in RSL. So that was really nice. Chris Leaving, love you, man. Really nice, love you, bro. Yeah, he played my track, and that really inspired me to go to the studio and make a new track. And it's the third one from a new EP. So let's see.
Let's talk about the new release. It came out, proper bomb.
Yeah, thanks, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, really, like this one I'm really proud of, honestly. Like it's the first vinyl that we did on the label, Oura Records.
Yeah.
And like I did the tracks, obviously. I wrote all the tracks, I produced all the tracks, I mixed all the tracks, I mastered them. I took the picture for the artwork, so I did like almost everything. So it's really, really near and dear to my heart. Like this is really like me and my sound and like what I want to like show to the world.
Do you deliver also every vinyl separately?
Well, I ship them. Like if you order it on Bandcamp, I ship them as well. Like it's like I do a lot of things myself. Obviously, I have help. Jonas and people from the label. Everyone's helping, but like these were the things that I'm really doing, and it's amazing.
Yeah. Tell us about Jonas. Like it's your best friend. How is it to work with your best friend?
Yeah, it's a blessing, man. Like having someone that you really share like every idea with, and like we've been hanging out for 9 years now. Like we developed the sound together. We developed like what we want to get out into the world together. So it's like I don't need to think about does he understand what I mean? Like he understands. He knows. He knows. Like sometimes I don't even need to say it. He just says it out loud before I even really can verbalize it. So that's really nice. And I mean, we actually live together as well. Like we're in a WG, a shared flat together. So that makes the ways really short as well.
How do you keep this symbiosis with him all the time? Like having a private life, the WG life, the roommate situation, plus work, plus label, plus music, plus clubs.
Yeah.
You work also together at the club?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, he works during the day, I work during the night. So there's not that much overlap. But I mean, we're just really good friends. That's basically it. Like we're just best friends. So like, we're like private and work kind of blends into each other most of the time, but in a good way. Like whenever there's something that comes up, we can just quickly go to the other room, talk about it. Like. But I mean, sometimes we close the door and you just have like 10 minutes for yourself, like every shared flat. Like nothing crazy. But we developed a system also where you can just obviously talk about everything you want to talk about, negative things in the flat and all these things, without the other person getting mad or like taking it personal. Like I think that's really important, like open communication, like honesty. You have to be able to take criticism also, and I want his criticism as well. If he says like, man, this track, I know you really like it, but I don't think it works. Like I want to hear that, like I need to hear that, and I know he can give that to me, and I give it to him as well.
That's respect. I mean, like if it goes both ways, and like if you do literally like have all this, how to say
a partner in crime.
Yeah, partner in crime. Like that. So. I mean, that's so good and so important.
Yeah, it's really nice actually.
How's it to work at Trazor?
It's really nice. I mean, I really like Trazor. It's become my like home base in a lot of ways. Like I work there as a technician during the night, obviously, which is really nice to get to know a lot of people, a lot of DJs, and to hear a lot of sets like that. That really excelled my DJing and my understanding of techno and music in so many ways. Like I listened to like 20 sets on a weekend. Like every weekend, every time, every week. Yeah, that's a lot of sets. And obviously there's a lot of sets that I don't like as well. Like I'm not going to pretend that I like everything, right? But I get to hear a lot of really great people play, and like I get to talk to them afterwards if I really want to, or if they want to as well. So that really gave me a like way deeper understanding. And I get to be behind the DJ booth and like literally look at them like doing the small things, you know. That's actually insane.
And that influences your music and your production as well. Like this can be tricky too, like especially if you hear something that you don't like.
Yeah, I mean, it's good to know what you don't like also. Like it's obviously always better to hear things that you like that inspire you.
Yeah.
But if you hear something that you don't like, it's also kind of good to know that, okay, this is, why don't I like this? You know, you analyze like, oh, I don't like this because maybe there's like some vocals in it that I didn't like or something like this. This also kind of sharpens your idea, or my idea, I don't know, it's not universal, or maybe it is, I don't know.
Sure.
But it sharpens my idea of like where I want to go. Why do I like things and why don't I like things? So it's really interesting to rub your shoulders on a lot of different approaches.
I agree, like especially like when you can analyze and like understand why you don't like something, like the fact that you can understand why and then like adapt it, like make it at home.
Yes.
Like, hey, this is something that didn't work, but I'm gonna try to make it my own, like better.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's fucking go.
Absolutely, it's like inspiration. You know, I for example, like let's have an example here. Like a few years ago, you know, the music was way harder and faster and this kind of thing, way more hi-hats, and I did that, and I still like that stuff, you know. But I realized, especially in Trazor downstairs on the floor, there is a, you know, the really minimalistic tracks that with like very little hi-hats, they would just work so much better. Like in my opinion, I just enjoyed it so much more. People playing this stuff, and I realized like, man, wow, okay, this really like tracks that I would listen to at home that sounded kind of boring, to be honest. You know, I was listening like nothing's happening, you know. And then I listened to it on the big system, people playing it. I was like, wow,
and the
okay.
Room, this big room as well.
Yeah, and I was like, wow, okay, that now I get it, you know. Like, and then it a bit clicked, and that's also why my music changed a little bit. Kind of, I mean, it's part of the zeitgeist, I guess, but also because I realized that like these more minimalistic things are more fun to me and on a big system.
And does this have an influence on your production then?
Yeah, absolutely. Like that's what I mean. Like I'm always trying to make tracks that I want to play in my DJ sets. That's kind of the main goal. You know, make tracks that I want to play in my set. So obviously, if I want to play more minimalistic stuff, I produce more minimalistic stuff, right? So the production and the DJing, the playing is kind of always in a back and forth. It kind of, yeah, if I realize, oh, these tracks from other producers, they're like so minimalistic, they work so well, I want to make these kind of tracks as well. But sometimes I also produce some tracks in a certain way, and I realize, oh man, like I want to play this kind of style, so I look for tracks that are towards that style and like in that direction. So yeah, it kind of goes back and forth.
What's your work process?
Yeah, I don't have like a set workflow in that sense, but I mean, I'm producing more than I'm playing. I have to say it like that. Like I'm like making music, producing music. That's really at the core of everything. That's what I love the most out of everything. I love DJing as well. I love playing. You know, I love digging. I love partying. All this stuff, all amazing. But producing music, that's really where it's at for me. So everything kind of starts there. Like, yeah, just making music, producing music, experimenting, and yeah, then trying to like build a set around the tracks maybe, and you know, and then you get the feedback, and then I hear the tracks from other people. This goes into my productions, then I hear all the music played in the clubs that I work at, and that goes back into my productions. But it all really starts at the production level for me, and then goes out, comes back, goes out, comes back. The like feedback loop.
And the music stays outside and it gets played everywhere. And
yeah, I mean that's always such an amazing feeling to hear other people play your music, and like people messaging me on Instagram or whatever, like saying, "Oh man, I listened to your EP. It's such a beautiful piece of art." Like it feels surreal to me. Like I'm just sitting there in my basement studio, like ooh, you know, like making these tracks, like just kind of for myself and other people, I guess. But and people like so touched by it. It's amazing. It's a great feeling.
It's good, like especially when other artists are supporting each other, and like I heard you. That's why you're sitting here. Isabel told me about your music, and fucking great.
Yeah,
like fucking great. And listened to it, I was like, okay, that's banging.
Yeah.
And then I tattooed you. Yeah, here you are.
That's how it works. Yeah.
Good
but
story.
As I said, Yako Isabel, she's supporting me really. Like she's always playing my tracks and telling you about it. That's amazing. Like it's amazing how far music can like take you. Just making music, right?
But that's important. What do you think about the current scene? Like how things are evolving. You said that now we do experience the harder part of the scene is like kind of like doing its own thing.
Yeah.
The wave with the trend is like going down.
Yeah, I mean, it always comes in waves. I'm realizing it as I get older. You know, the first time I experience a wave, it's like, oh, this is gonna be this forever, and then like a trend, let's say, it's gonna be this forever, and it's obviously it's not. You know, it's not gonna be that forever. But yeah, I mean, at the moment things are slowing down. I think that's a good thing because it's been keeping getting harder and harder and faster. And yeah, as you said, it kind of split off at some point and became its own thing, which is fine. You know, I think it's good so people can kind of choose what they want to hear. You know, it's not this big umbrella term techno that encompasses like 130 ambient techno to like 150, 160, like what hardcore, whatever you want to call it, kind of stuff. I think it's a good thing that it kind of separates a little bit, and people can choose a little bit more. But in the end, you know, like I think there's a lot of amazing music being produced right now. Like it's unbelievable. Like whenever I go digging, it's like overwhelming amount of music. Like wow, like where are all these people coming from?
There's
like
so
what
much,
is crazy? It's unbelievable. But it's amazing. Like there's so much good music.
Do you connect with the people that you're digging?
Yeah, I try to. I mean, I try to message them when I really like something. Like if I found a track with that, like mind blowing, I message them, or, you know, like maybe exchange tracks as well. Like I like to share my stuff, and then maybe they share theirs as well. And yeah, I mean, sometimes obviously looking for people that I play a lot. I try to get on the label as well. Obviously, you know, that's always a goal. That doesn't always work, you know. Like, but for example, Franco Rossi is like I always play like 10 tracks of his in my sets at the moment, and we booked him for the New Faces in Trazor as well. And now he's releasing is the next release on our label as well. So that's a beautiful story. Like he's such a cute guy. Like I really like him, and the music is just I just don't understand it. Like how does he do it? Like how is it so good? You know, like yeah, it's great.
Pushing buttons.
Yeah, it's great.
The right ones, obviously.
Yeah, man. Like all the stuff he does, it's like so simple yet like interesting. The perfect balance. I tend to overload sometimes my tracks a little bit, and he just has this perfect balance of like driving but atmospheric, simple yet interesting. I don't really understand how he does it.
Any other artists that you get really inspired by lately?
Yeah, Circle is really nice. Like his tracks are also like so unique. I think he has really unique language in his tracks. I can listen to a track and be immediately, yeah, that's a Circle track for sure. Altin Bass, really nice as well. Like he's been doing. Like,
it's impressive.
Yeah, like crazy good work. I mean, he does more than just the tracks. I know that, but the tracks are really like wow. Also very unique style. Like you can hear his stuff and be like, okay, yeah, that's definitely.
He's a great human being too.
Yeah, I never met him. I wish I can meet him someday.
He's great. And you work at RSO too? Yes,
RSO. I started last year, so this is the last club I started working at, also as a sound engineer. It's kind of the up and comer underdog kind of. I mean, not really underdog anymore, but yeah, it's a young club, so there like a lot of things, like a lot of energy there, and the sound, wow. Just on Robos, the sound is really fun to work with that system, I have to say.
What floor do you work on? Both?
Both, yeah. We always do both at the same time. But I mean, Zoom is also fun, but Robos really, that's where it's at, you know. And honestly, like being able to listen to my productions on the system before we open, that's worth every night shift I'm doing there. I'm telling you, it makes my music also so much better. Like
so trying your own tracks before, smart.
Yeah, it's really like this is also probably one of the best things about working in a club, being able to try it on different systems. You know, I tried in Trazor downstairs, I tried in Globus upstairs, I tried in Robus in RSO, I tried in Summe, I tried in Sisyphus on Hammerhalle. You know, all these like really good systems. I'm able to try them on and like tweak a little bit, and then it's beautiful.
That's the final schliff.
That's it. Yeah, that's the final schliff right there.
Production-wise, we had this discussion during the tattoo session where you said that as the scene is evolving quite a lot, artists should focus more on the music at the beginning to learn their basic.
Yeah.
Develop that.
Yeah, that's true. I think like a lot of people try to come up with all these strategies and like all these like it's kind of feels like get rich quick schemes. Obviously, it's not about getting rich. It's about like making music like release quick. You know, I don't know, 3 weeks and you can have your first release on a label or something like that. I mean, yeah, sure, like it can be fun to do it like that, but I think it's not really a sustainable thing. I think it's good to take some time and like experiment and like get to know all the things you do and why you do them, and like really focus on like the fun part. That's the fun part, you know, like releasing is not the fun part. Making the music, that's the fun part. Like taking time and really like digging in and like really trying your best to make it the best it can be. That's the fun part. Like the releasing is just like getting it out there, you know, like, yeah, I think that's important to like really focus on the basics and yeah, just like analyze a lot of stuff, make a lot of stuff. I think that's also a really important thing. Like just make a lot of tracks. And if you release one track out of 50 you make, yeah, so be it. That one track that you release will be so much better than when you tried like to make just one track and make it amazing.
I agree.
Just a lot of things, make a lot of things.
Yeah, learn the tools, get the basics, and then work and work and work and work.
Yeah, every track you make, you kind of learn something new while making it, I think. And yeah, the more you make, you learn something more.
I agree. It's the same. I made this big parallel with drawing and tattooing. Like, I mean, my good friend Fergus Sweetland made this 100 Days Challenge last year,
yeah,
which inspired me to do the same. And like, you see the evolution like between the first and the last piece. And then you do like one piece of art a day, and like he made the label out of it and got a job with CDJ, and like now he's teaching master classes.
Yeah, it's really, that's actually, I mean, that's a bit extreme, almost like the 100-day challenge, but that's exactly why I think it makes sense, because like getting something new every day also kind of challenges you to like think about like what you can do new other than like just tweaking the one thing you've been tweaking for, I don't know, 3 years, you know, like this.
The thing is, like, you gotta be more quick and aware, and like you're gonna have great days, you're gonna have shitty days, and you're gonna have like days in between. It's gonna be okay, but like every step is gonna bring you further in your process, and I think that that's a big change. And I think that every artist, doesn't matter in what field the person works, should do that.
Yeah, it's true. Like, yeah, not getting discouraged by the bad days also is hard sometimes, but yeah, I mean, it's part of it. And learning to get over that is also like one of the best lessons you can have.
How do you deal with deception?
What do you mean deception?
When you're sad, like not happy with your work?
Yeah, how do I deal with it? I mean, just keep doing more, I guess. Yeah, it happens a lot. I mean, I always have the feeling that like other people's work is way better than my own, like because I don't fully understand the other, like what I said about Franco Rossi. I said like I don't really understand like how does it work, how does he do it, and I've seen, like I talked to him and he explained it, and I've seen his things. It's super simple, you know. It's nothing that I don't understand on a technical level. It's more like on a metaphysical level, I guess. But I always feel like when I hear other tracks, I always assume it's like so much better, like it makes so much more sense and everything is so much better mixed and all this stuff. So it's quite normal for me to be like, okay, this is not so good, so I just try and make it better next time, I guess.
What about getting inspired by it and integrating this to your work and then getting better? And like in drawing, we do this with, at the beginning, you don't really know how to draw, so you reproduce things that exist already. Yeah. And like the more you do it, and you get influenced by other things, and then you integrate per like all these elements, and then define your own style. Yeah, that's a good thing. That's a good way of learning for sure. Like, you know, trying like a simple part of a track, you know, where you think, oh, it's so simple. Try and recreate that, and like, oh, it's just kick and hi-hat, but then you load in a kick and a hi-hat and you realize, maybe it's a little bit more than that. Yeah. You know. So yeah, reproducing, that's actually it's a very good tip. Like reproducing is quite good, and a lot of people use, you know, samples and sample loops and stuff like that. And I mean, you can do whatever you want, but if you try and reproduce something like that on your own without all of these like tools that make it easier, then you learn a lot of things, you know. So I agree. Also, sometimes reproducing these samples, these loops can be fun, you know. You have this loop that fits into a track really well, but you don't want to use the loop. You just try and recreate it as close as possible. First, you learn a lot of things. Second, then you can tweak it and like make more out of it, and you're never going to get it perfect, so it's going to be a little bit your own flavor anyway. But I agree, because like that's what makes good music, or like good art in general, is like we all steal
Yeah, I mean, it's part of the thing. You just can't. My friend from uni, he said this once, and it really stuck with me. You can steal, but not from the same store. Everything from the same store.
There you go. Yeah.
Take
From
everywhere
yeah.
and then put it together.
Yep.
Amazing. But if you take all the things from one store, that doesn't make sense.
Don't be that person either. It's like people will know.
Yeah, people will know, and it's also like it's not going to get you anywhere. The original is already there. Why would I go to the fake? You know,
no,
like,
don't be that fucking Temu copy.
Yeah.
Do your own, and also like have fucking integrity as an artist. Yes. I mean, like just look at yourself in the mirror and say like, hey, I'm proud because this is my work.
Yeah.
This takes time, again. Like it really takes time to shape your own style.
That's true. I mean, maybe it's getting a bit harder to give yourself the time because we live in such a fast world, you know, like everyone, like fast, quick, you have to be everywhere. It's hard, but yeah, you have to take the time. I agree a lot.
Let's talk about the social skills in the scene. You get to meet a lot of people. How do you keep up with that? And like also like under the week, getting the rest and like, because like a club is a very busy place.
Yeah. I mean, the social skills are quite important, I would say, obviously for networking and this kind of thing. And I was struggling with that in the beginning quite a lot, actually. I have a really hard time remembering names. As I don't know if it's just me or whatever it is. It's really hard for me, and sometimes I need a bit longer to recognize people, and that can be really awkward. You know, people come, hey, what's up? And I just need some time, and then that moment, usually it's a bit too long, and then people are like, why doesn't he remember me? But it comes, it just needs time. It's getting better, I'm working on it. But yeah, these kind of small things, that can be a little bit of a hurdle. But yeah, like working in a club really helped me to deal with that and like be like really work on it. But also just like doing it a lot just makes it easier, right? Like I meet, I don't know how many people, like 50, 60 new people every week. Trying to keep up with them, like it's hard, and obviously I forget people. Like it's impossible to remember all people, right? Like especially in the clubs. But yeah, it's hard, but it's doable to work on it, I'd say.
I don't know how you do it. I literally burned myself with the 2 last years, and right now I'm also like taking a bit of time out of the clubs to rest and like for different personal reasons too. And it's like I'm much better because like I've been like working too much. And then on the weekend, like almost every weekend in clubs, and it's social battery was like done, fucking empty.
I feel you, man. But I don't stay much after my shift. Like I stay completely sober when I work, and then after my shift I go home. You know, I pack my stuff, I go home, and then I also don't want to talk to anyone. It really is like that. And because I work on the weekends and I do all the stuff on the weekend, Monday through Friday I have off. I just go to the studio on Monday alone, no one around me, and I make music. And that really recharges my battery, because otherwise, like if I would have to be around people, during the week, I wouldn't be able to do it. It's so much impressions, so much stuff in your head is wild.
And while you're producing during the week and you listen to a lot of music during the weekend, how do you take a healthy distance from that to stay creative on the long term?
I mean, I don't take distance from music ever. Or like, there's no not thinking about music. I can't stop, and I don't want to stop.
And that's became a habit.
Yeah, it is a habit. It's what I want to do. I mean, that's why I'm doing it. I want to think about music all the time. Mm-hmm. That's the point.
What's your routine?
During the week, I get up at 8:30, sometimes earlier. I go to the studio in the morning, so 9 to 3 usually I go to the studio. Then I change over with Jonas when he comes from work. He gets the studio, so we share the studio as well, obviously. He gets to have the studio in the afternoon, so I go home, or now we have an office space actually, so I go to the office space and just do all the not so fun things, like emails and taxes and whatever you got to do as a freelancer. There's a lot of things in the end. But yeah, that's basically my week routine. And on the weekend, I work 2 to 3 shifts in the various clubs, or if I'm lucky, I play. Sometimes I do both. Like last weekend, I worked 2 shifts and played a gig in Nürnberg, so that was quite heavy. But yeah, I've managed to work it out somehow.
Can you manage to rest enough during the week?
Yeah, during the week I have good rest. Like I sleep my 8-9 hours a day.
Jeez, it's a lot, like.
I have to do it because on the weekend I can only sleep sometimes. Yeah, I have 3 hours here, then 6 hours there, and it's like kind of segmented.
Yeah.
And then you sleep on the train, and then you wake up with your with your neck all busted up. So during the week I really try and like stay very like low profile. It's important, really important.
And one last question. You told me that you have problems sitting in front of a camera, but you're doing great, man.
Thank you, I appreciate that, man. Yeah, I was nervous, and I don't really like to be in the spotlight so much. It's, I don't know. Maybe I chose the wrong profession, you know. Like I'm on stage and stuff like that. But yeah, I don't really like it so much. I don't like to look at myself on the video.
But it's dark in a club, so it's okay.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I chose techno also. Like, it's really not so much about like on stage and like performance. There's some element of it, but if you compare it to like, you know, maybe like rock music or whatever, like the main singer is like, you're like the main attraction right there. But with techno, it's more the music is the main attraction.
Is it?
I like to believe it is.
I would say it depends. Like festival culture definitely changed a lot.
Yes,
DJs are the new rock stars. If it's a good thing or not, I mean, we can debate about 4 hours. Plays a role, definitely. I think it's important for DJs and artists to remember where they come from and what they've done to get there, and also like to also play in clubs.
Yeah, I mean the festival thing is really its own little world. Like I feel like it doesn't really have that much to do with the club culture. Like I used to go to festivals when I was a bit younger, and it's also fun, but it really is like a completely different experience to like going to a club here. I mean, yeah, I'm very deep into the club culture here in Berlin, so this is what I know. This is what I compare things to. But yeah, it's like it's night and day. Like literally during the day.
Yeah. I really like both actually, because like the two different atmospheres. Also, like depends on where you're going.
True. Yeah.
Netherlands, Switzerland, France, Portugal.
Of course. I mean, there's
context.
Context matters, and there's a lot of festivals. Like there's these ginormous festivals, and there's the smaller, like more familiar festivals, stuff like that. So yeah, I mean, both is fun, you know, both is great, but it's really not so much comparable, I think.
There's one thing I don't like at all, is the token system.
Token system, yeah, fuck that.
Token system is really, the Dutch and the people in Belgium use that. This is really something I don't
like. And then everything costs a little bit more, so you always end up with a little bit too much or too little on the system, and they get the rest. Like, fuck that.
Of course. Because you lose the intention, like how to say, you're not close to reality anymore.
Yeah.
When you spend the cash on that.
Gotta spend it, that's not so nice. But here also, I mean, in, what is it? I think Renate and Else, that you can only pay by card, no cash anymore.
Yep, right.
So that's also kind of going in that direction. I feel that, you know.
Well, that's a Finanzamt. That's something else. They probably know. Like,
I mean, I get it why they do it. I mean, it's easier for them, but for me, it's also it's so easy. Just put the card on, whatever. You deal with it tomorrow, and then you look at your bank account tomorrow, and you're like,
this is my friends, and when we stop drinking.
Yeah, exactly. This is exactly.
Alcohol is the fucking worst, man. It's so expensive for the quality you get in a club.
Yeah, and I mean, I struggle a lot with memory loss when I get drunk, you know, like, and then you had a great time, 12 hours in the club, and you remember maybe the first 2 hours. I'm like, what the hell did I do? What the fuck? You know, so I try to keep it to a minimum. Like,
so working sober, but party's party.
Yeah, party's party, but I really settled down. I sound like a grandpa, but I've been going pretty hard the last years. But yeah, since for a year now, I've been like really mellowed out. Yeah. Also, the people around me kind of settled in a little bit more, and I've been enjoying it a lot, I say.
How did your surrounding change?
Yeah, people stopped doing the crazy things, stopped drinking, you know, so it's just a natural progression by getting older, I think. And also, it kind of lost a little bit its appeal, you know, like going to the club every weekend, getting fucked up is fun in the beginning, but at some point, it's like, man, like it's the same thing over and over and over again, you know, like waiting in line in the bathroom for 2 hours, like why? Why, you know, like it's losing its appeal. So it wasn't as fun anymore. Then people around me don't do it so much anymore, and I was like, why am I doing it then?
So you were not the first one. to stop.
Yeah, no, I wasn't the first one for sure. And I mean, I still sometimes, you know, I still go out, sometimes go a little bit crazy, but the amount of times has been way less.
You have
than it
different
used to.
priorities and that.
Yeah, absolutely. But I need to, every now and again, you know, I take a weekend completely off, do nothing else, and then go out. But then I also need the time to recover.
Yeah.
That's
something I don't miss at all. The hangover, like feeling like shit the next days, plural. It's really like.
And it's gotten to the point where I thought like, oh yeah, the hangovers until like, let's say Tuesday. Tuesday is the worst day, and then Wednesday a little bit, and then you're back to normal.
Yeah.
No. When I stopped like for weeks at a time, I realized, man, like literally the whole week is fucked. And even the next week on Monday, you still feel it a little bit now. Like now I have so much energy. Like we talked about this, you know, like I cannot stop myself. I have to do things. I keep like renovating at home because I just have unlimited energy. It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's insane.
Sounds good. Anything to end the talk?
No, thanks for inviting me, man. I really appreciate it.
Always.
It's been really nice with you. Made me feel really comfortable. Thank you, man.
Thank you for your trust, and I can't wait to finish your tats.
Yeah, let's do it, man. Cheers.